YouTube, what's good, man? This is your guy Darren on the BowTie Fragrance Guy on the channel where we talk about fragrances, of course, but also like to throw in some style and grooming tips. Man, if you rock with your boy, I'm gonna have you looking good and smelling great. And that should be your goal every day. When you walk outside, you want to be the best smelling dude out there, and you want to be the best looking dude. All right? Now, there's a lot more you can do to control how you smell and how you look, but that's another topic for another day. But man, if you like looking good and smelling good, hit subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications. That way, anytime a new video is uploaded on the channel, you get notified. Guys, I sincerely, I'm super excited about today because I have 5 fragrances that I want to be smelling for the first time with you guys. Yep, 5 fragrances I'm going to be smelling for the first time with you guys. And also, I want to tell you guys about an amazing opportunity. If you want to go ahead and add some new stuff to your collection where you can save 30% off of fragrances. So let's run the intro, and when we come back, let's just get into it, man. So I got 5 fragrances from a brand I've never talked about before on the channel I want to talk about, and I want to be smelling them with you guys for the first time and get my real kind of genuine initial impressions of these 5 fragrances, but I'm super excited about them. And like I said, I want to tell you guys about some other stuff as well. So anyway, let's just run the intro and we'll jump into it. You want to see how I feel about these new fragrances from a brand that I've never talked about on this channel, although I've discovered they've been around for a while. But you know how we do. Keep it locked right here. Let's get it.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. We're going to jump into it. So, man, I am partnering up today with Garde. They are the company that sent me the fragrances that I'm going to talk about today for today's video. How this normally works is they'll reach out to me and we'll do a weekend for my subscribers. So my subscribers this weekend are going to be able to get 30% off. Not just the fragrances I want to talk about. That's just the fragrances I want to talk about today. But pretty much 30% off of anything on Garde. So you use the code Darian30 for this weekend and you'll get 30% off of your entire order. So that's super dope. All right, so that's how that normally works. They give me certain fragrances I can kind of choose from. Sometimes it's any brand, but this time they kind of kept it to certain brands. And I had never heard, well, not heard of it. I've heard of it, but I never smelled anything from the brand Affinessence. All right, and I kind of was looking at those fragrances and I was very intrigued by quite a few of them. So I said, hey, look, these are some fragrances I see from this brand that I'm interested in. And they sent me over 5 fragrances. Now they retail for $305. And something that's very interesting, the collections, at least 2 of the collections are based off either notes that you find typically as top notes in fragrances like bergamot or ginger. And they have fragrances that are based on base notes as well, like patchouli, amber, vanilla, etc. So I found that to be very, very intriguing and looked at some of the note breakdowns and I said, hey, these are the ones that I want to try. So how many of you guys have heard about the brand of Affinessence? Again, it looks like they've been around for quite some time. It's not like a new brand, although I've never smelled anything from the brand, so I'm super excited. I just took the plastic off of the fragrances, and I have 5 that I want to talk about with you guys. Give you guys just my real impressions on them. Like I said, if you see something on the site that you're interested in, I think that Darian30 applies to pretty much everything on the site. But these are just the fragrances we're going to focus on in today's video. So these are what the boxes kind of look like. In a minute, I'll be taking the sleeve off and going through each one, spraying them on a test strip and kind of giving you guys my impressions of them. But again, the ones that I chose were ones that I seemingly, based on a note breakdown, figured I may like. So we'll see if that necessarily works out for me this time around. And the first one I want to talk about is probably the one I was most excited to get. Let me find it here. So this one is called Santal Basmati. So it's kind of, it's supposed to be like this blend of, well, based on the note of sandalwood and basmati rice. This is kind of sort of what the box looks like. So I'm gonna pull off the sleeve here and let's open it. So when you open it up, it's kind of a simplistic presentation, but your fragrance rests securely. In the box, it says Affinessence on the front, Paris. So let's see what this smells like. I was really, it is very securely placed in here. I had trouble getting it out. All right, so this was the one I was most excited about because I love sandalwood, obviously. And I smelled another fragrance before that had like this kind of rice accord in it from Kilian, Moonlight Heaven. Moonlight Heaven, I think it's the name of it, from Kilian. And I love the way that rice accord smell in there. It kind of works well in with creamier notes, if that makes sense, like a sandalwood. So I was really intrigued to smell this one. This is what it looks like. And this is from the base note collection. So sandalwood obviously is normally found as a base note. So this is from the base notes collection. I think that's on the front of the box as well. Yeah, as you see it here, it says base notes collection right here. So you'll see it on the box. Really excited about this one, man. Here's the bottle. Again, nothing over the top, but it just is a nice, clean presentation. This one is sandalwood. Again, that basmati rice accord with iris, cashmere, and patchouli. So you have to see, based on the note breakdown, why I was intrigued. It's just my kind of stuff. So let's get me a test strip out of here, man, and see what this one smells like. You know, hopefully I can get the essence of these on the test strip and I won't have to spray it on skin, but sometimes these test strips kind of eat up a fragrance and I can't really get the essence of it. Essence. Anyway, all right, so here we go. Let's go. Okay, kind of a misty sprayer. I don't know how I feel about that. Smell it in the air. Ooh, beautiful sandalwood. Oh man, sandalwood. When sandalwood is the primary note, it pretty much everything that has sandalwood as a primary note kind of smells alike. I smell it in the air just now. I thought about Lovers from Louis Vuitton. I thought about Santal 33. So that's kind of sort of what I got in the air just now. Wow. But I do get like this smell of like rice, which is crazy. Now the rice, the basmati rice thing here is giving me creamy, but it's also giving me a slight bit of saltiness as well. Wow. I'm definitely picking up on a huge presence of iris, so it is powdery as well. I'm pretty sure to get the full essence of it, there's the word again, Affinessence. To get the full essence of this, I would need to spray it on skin, but there's too many fragrances I'm gonna be covering. But I like this one, definitely like this one. I love sandalwood. Sandalwood, basmati rice, accord, iris. That's what I'm really picking up off the strip at least. Don't really pick up patchouli or anything else that's listed. But man, in the air, I like this one. So I was pretty certain I probably would because I love sandalwood. But if you like, again, if you smell like Lovers before from Louis Vuitton, or you smell Santal 33, for instance, Santal Majuscule from Serge Lutens, same kind of sandalwood thing going on here, so you may like this one. But that basmati rice accord is giving it a unique factor, so I like that one. Again, when you get to choose fragrances and you kind of know what you like in fragrances, a lot of times it won't be like an extreme miss most times, but I kind of expected it because it was sandalwood heavy. Those are the fragrances I kind of thought of, and it kind of puts me in the mindset of those. So yeah, Santal, what's the name of this one again? Santal Basmati. I like that one. These are EDP concentrations, 100 ml, 3.3 fluid ounces. So that's what we got with that one. What else do we have here? Another one from the base notes collection. This one is based around the notes of vanilla and benzoin. It's called Vanilla Benzoin. So they don't leave much to the imagination in regards to that. The name of the fragrance is going to be exactly what you're going to get. So this one actually looks the exact same as Santal Basmati. All right, so here's the bottle. About the same color juice, honestly. But this one is Tahitian vanilla. Absolute. You got Madagascar vanilla as well, with benzoin, tonka bean, and some ambroxan. Ooh, okay. I can pick that one up from the bottle. Let's see what we get on the strip. Now, from what I understand, the Tahitian vanilla in this is a little bit more of a kind of have a little leathery touch to it. The Madagascar vanilla is a sweet vanilla, so it may be like a little bit of a contrast there with two variations of vanilla here. Let's see if the spray is the same. Yeah. I don't know about the spray. I'm not really a fan of those, but it's kind of like this misty thing that it does. Ooh, I like this one even more. Oh yeah, this is my kind of stuff right here. Oh yeah. Oh, this is amazing. This one is good. What does this remind me of? There's something else sweet. I'm gonna tell you off the top of my head what this kind of smells like. Tonka Imperial from Guerlain. I smell more tonka bean in this. This is really nice, man. All right, so far this is winning for sure. Vanilla benzoin. Wow. Yeah, right now this would be, I like the first one, but I like this one better. It reminds me of, first thing off the top of my head, Tonka Imperial from Guerlain. And I love tonka bean. I'm getting more tonka bean in this. Well, as much tonka bean as vanilla. So tonka and vanilla benzoin. Definitely one that you need to get your nose on. I love that one. Now this one comes from the Top Notes collection, as you can see here. Top Notes collection. This one is called Gingembre Latte. So this is a ginger-based fragrance. So let's see what we get from this one. This one is different. It has a more of a cream-colored box versus the black box. But outside of that, it's pretty much the same when you open it up. Now, what fragrance came to my mind? Eau de Gingembre from Mais & Sur. Although I think this one is going to be ginger, from what I understand, with a gourmand twist. So again, I was very intrigued by this one. Like I said, guys, that's why I just advised her to send me some fragrances from this brand, because quite a few of them were very intriguing to me. At this point, we know what the spray is going to be, so, but here we go. Same thing, that mist. Ooh, I like this one too. I ain't gonna lie. Let's check a look at the bottle again. It's called Gingembre Latte. So on this one, you have a light, like a, I don't know what color you would call this. Almost a cream color. It might come across silver on the camera. But this one has, ooh, I like this, guys. Ginger, lemon verbena, green tea, black currant, and patchouli. This is really nice. This is nice. So again, we're going now top note. So this is a fresher fragrance. You got the ginger here. So you do get ginger. You get this kind of relaxing thing that's coming from the tea in this as well. But I get a nice, fresh burst of that lemon verbena coming through here as well with the ginger, which really gives this nice kind of vibrant opening. And I can already start to smell some of those sweeter elements, which would kind of render this, or, I've understood why people would say this has a gourmand kind of tendency that it dries down. Because you do smell some sweetness here. It's kind of sweet combined with that patchouli. Very interesting fragrance because it's a contrast of this bright, zesty freshness in the opening and this sweet kind of creamy gourmand dry down. But this is good too, man. Wow, guys, we're 3 for 3, honestly. 3 for 3, of 100. 3 for 3. I really, really like that one as well. It smells nothing like Eau de Gingembre from Miles & Sir. Again, a nice lemon/ginger opening with this sweet, creamy gourmand kind of feel is starting to come through. I'm gonna have to come back and do some real full reviews on these. I like all three of these so far. I have two more. Let's go with another one from the Top Notes collection. This is called Bergamote Racines. Bergamote Racines. Obviously, this is going to be focused on a note of bergamot. These kind of fragrances are kind of a little bit easier for people to kind of enjoy because, again, bergamot is kind of, may not blow your socks off, but it's kind of hard to miss as far as like it's smelling like bad or off-putting. Bergamote Racines is the name of this one. Again, this one kind of looks like the previous bottle from the Top Notes collection, but this one is bergamot, lemon, ginger. Then I have this kind of sorbet accord in here and carrot. Like I said, the note breakdowns was what drew me to these fragrances. So let's give it a spray. We know what the spray is going to be like at this point. It smells great in here, by the way. I don't believe this. This is good. And I'm gonna tell you the crazy part, this reminds me a little bit, it's a little bit sweeter version of Eau de Gingembre from Miles & Sir, which is crazy. Wow, I love this one. Hard to go wrong with this kind of scent profile. This has nothing like it has ginger in it. This one smells closer to Eau de Gingembre from Miles & Sir, and you guys know how much I love that fragrance. Huge dose of bergamot and lemon in the opening with a very fresh, spicy but uplifting note of ginger. That sorbet accord here is sweet. It's giving this nice creamy sweetness to this fragrance, but it smells nothing like the previous fragrance that I talked about. It just provides a little bit of a sweetness here. This one is really, really good. Like I said, it kind of puts me in the mindset of Eau de Gingembre from Miles & Sir, which is a fragrance that I love for the summertime. Oh man, I gotta put this one on my wrist. I gotta make sure of what I think I'm smelling. Yeah. Not as vibrant as Eau de Gingembre, but it puts you in the mindset ballpark. Wow. Yeah, why hadn't I explored this collection before? I'm digging these fragrances, man. I'm being honest with you. The last one I have here, but there's another one. This is going to be probably the most animalic of all the other ones that I talked about. This one is called Patchouli Oud. All right, this is from the Bottom Notes collection, of course. This is the darkest juice of them all. Obviously, patchouli and oud are the main notes. Let's get a test strip here. We're gonna see what this was about. Patchouli Oud, Affinessence. So here's the bottle. And look at that dark juice. Patchouli Oud. Obviously, patchouli and oud are some of the main notes with incense, labdanum, and vetiver. All right, so patchouli and oud are the main notes here. So let's give it a spray and see what we got. Wow. I need this. I gotta get this on skin. I have to. Okay, so I pick up oud, but the oud is more in the background. The first fragrance that came to my mind or put my nose to this, was Psychedelic from Givenchy. I kind of pick up that same kind of chocolatey patchouli, but there's definitely a heavy earthy presence here and a little bit of a smokiness. There's incense and vetiver here, so I'm assuming the earthiness may be coming from the vetiver and the patchouli, and then that smokiness from the incense. Wow, this is good. Well, hey, I'm gonna tell you, man. Hey, listen. I smelled 5 fragrances, and again, I was able to pick these out based on notes. You know, looking at the note right now, I like all 5. I like all 5. That one was definitely different from anything else I smelled. Very different. But man, patchouli. Wow. If you like patchouli, that's the one you need to try. Wow. Guys, I don't know. Have you guys ever tried anything from Affinessence? That's my first time. This was my initial impressions of all that. I had not smelled any of these. Honestly, I did not smell anything I didn't like. All of them were really good. I don't know which one is my favorite right now. I'll really have to spend some time. But all of them were good enough where I would really have to really smell them all on skin and wear them and experience them before I chose a favorite. I'll say it that way. Wow, that's really, initial impressions is really, it's nice. It's really, really good. That's all I can say right now. But that's 5 fragrances from Affinessence. Have you guys ever tried anything from the brand? If so, I would love to hear from you guys down in the comment section. Now again, you can use the code Darian30 over at So Avant Garde for this weekend and get 30% off of anything, not just the stuff I talked about. That's just what we chose to focus on for this particular video. I think it's good though, because for my subscribers, I've never talked about the brand, so it can kind of raise some awareness about this brand. But so far, man, I liked all 5 of the fragrances that I had a chance to smell. You know, take a look at the note breakdown, see if there's anything that you'll be interested in. But again, take a look at everything else they have to offer on So Avant Garde and see if there's anything you like. If you do, use the code Darian30 to save 30%. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of your way, man. That's my time. I appreciate you guys' time and attention to these videos. I know you don't have to watch, but you do. And sincerely from the bottom of my heart, man, I appreciate that. Now don't forget to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure you're sharing these videos out so some other folks out there that you think could use the information or find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darren, I'm the BowTie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell fantastic. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.